Little St. James, Jeffrey Epstein's private island in the Caribbean. In newly released court documents, accuser Virginia Roberts Giuffre says this was one of the places where Epstein abused underage girls. In a 2011 transcript of a conversation with attorneys, Giuffre said she saw former President Bill Clinton on the island. According to this document, she told lawyers, "I remember asking Jeffrey, 'What's Bill Clinton doing here?' kind of thing. And he laughed it off and said, 'Well, he owes me a favor.' He never told me what favors they were." In a statement today, a Clinton spokesperson tells NBC News, "The story keeps changing. The facts don't. President Clinton has never been to the island." Giuffre has acknowledged to NBC News that she used drugs when she says she was abused by Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, his longtime friend who pleaded not guilty to federal charges earlier this month. But Giuffre pushes back on Maxwell and others who have questioned her credibility.
I might not have my dates right. I might not have the times right. And sometimes in even any occasions, like the places might not even be right. But I know their faces and I know what they've done to me.
Giuffre does not allege that Clinton engaged in any illegal sexual activity, nor has any other known Epstein accuser. The documents also include emails that appear to contradict Maxwell's claim not to have had contact with Jeffrey Epstein for a decade. In this email from 2015, Epstein writes, "You have done nothing wrong, and I would urge you to start acting like it. Go outside, head high, not as an escaping convict. Go to parties. Deal with it." The documents released today are from a 2015 defamation lawsuit that Giuffre filed against Maxwell. Some are heavily redacted, while others remain under seal. Stephanie Gosk, NBC News.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.